Jorge. Jorge.
Yay, what's up?
Is that your shower cap?
Yes.
It's your shower cap.
Put it on your head, Jorge. Put your shower cap on your head.
It comes out of this motel. It's got to be very clean.
All right, on today's episode of Travel Nightmares, we take you to a location clearly designed by a government.
Le Parc. Le Parc.
I'm leaving
Le Parc.
in a second.
Le Parc. Le Parc.
They part.
Yeah. Grazie.
Grazie.
Wiley, Texas.
Wiley, Texas.
Very, very cool spot because I had no idea what to expect, but we show up at like the town hall, like where they have political meetings and where they vote and have, hearings and stuff like that. And the mayor of Wiley, Texas showed up for our lecture. He was a clown before.
He was a clown.
He was like a birthday clown or something.
Yeah, and a magician.
And a magician, and he did some magic tricks and whatever. And that's when we started to get our Anarchy on.
Yep.
Tried to get it into every lecture from that point on.
Yep.
So I got some good jabs in there.
I just want to say I was pretty impressed. I don't think I've ever even said this to you before yet. I was pretty impressed and learned something from you on this whole trip because I've noticed you do not give a about saying shit like, "Oh yeah, I'm an anarchist" to these old folks.
Oh no.
Like we're sitting there talking to the mayor. We're in the town hall meeting area. And he's sitting there, well, you can tell him the jabs now, but I was just like, oh my God, I was like, yo, Kent doesn't care. I was like, that's cool.
Hey, if they're going to put their boot on my neck, they may as well do it sooner than later.
So I got my Anarchy on a little bit with the mayor of Wiley, and one of the first jab was this one. They go, "Hey, you boys better not misbehave," and he points up in the corner, and there's a little security camera like this right there, and he goes, "You guys better not misbehave. The PD's watching. The local PD, they'll come and get you." And he was just kidding and whatever. But then so was I. I said, "Oh, great, cool. I already have a little brother on a camera. Now I got a big brother too."
And then he made a jab on himself later on whenever you said, "Who is the best liar in the room?"
Yeah, he
said,
goes,
"Well,
I'm
I'm
a
the politician, so..." And we're right.
And
And we were right
we're
about the
right.
magic that we taught too.
That's right.
Because these mother.
They loved that lecture, I think. We got a good reaction from that group.
And that was also where we ran into the second nosedive.
So this one guy, Mark, he gets up on the thing, and I don't know, like I said, if this is an equilibrium thing, like if this happened with Courtney or whatever, but because nobody's gonna think it's a good idea to sprint toward the end of the board.
And you know what though? I think for somebody like me that is afraid of heights, and whenever I get into the Oculus and I start playing plank, it's almost like this stuff they get overwhelmed and taken away by the illusion, man. And I think there's something about that because I can't speak for normal people whenever they get on the plank thing, but me, when I get vertigo, it's almost like you do lose your orientation about where you're at and stuff, so that might have something to do with it.
So anyway, this was not a pleasant experience. We played it off. Everything, I think, was okay. But man, about halfway through, it felt to me, I know this isn't what he did, but it felt to me like he just decided to fly.
Yeah.
Like he
started
sprinted
running
toward the end of that plank and just nosedived right off the thing.
Yeah, and
oh man,
thank God he didn't hurt himself.
Yeah, really.
He didn't hurt himself at all, and everything was cool. But wow, and it was kind of hard not to laugh at the situation.
It was. I mean, at
once
the
I knew
moment,
that
it
he
was
didn't
pretty
hurt
funny.
himself, I was kind of like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
man. But then we took extra precautions, going forward. That for some reason, some people might want to start running.
for some reason, some
I
people might
changed
wanna
my
start running.
stance in the guiding process. Now I'm covering
now
the
all
front.
of a sudden Watkins is like footballing it like this.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
very good. So we made sure that nobody else got hurt for the rest of the tour. So there's a trick that I do that I was teaching in the lecture called Hive Mind, and it's basically a trick where some people start drawing a picture together, an abstract picture.
In the audience.
In the audience, right. And they're doing it on a little piece of paper or a pad or something. And then some more people finish the drawing. But the thing is, those people who are finishing the drawing, they're not drawing on the same piece of paper even though they think they are. And so there's something drawn on that paper already, and so I know pretty much what the drawing is going to end up being by the end of the
Think
drawing.
add a number before a drawing duplication.
Yeah, if you're a mentalist or magician, think of, like he said, think of add a number before a drawing duplication instead. And so what happened in this particular case is at the final drawing, there's going to be, for instance, the one I'm using now is a sailboat with a little guy in it and the sun and the water underneath the sailboat. And what ended up happening is the first group, and this was Dal Sanders, who was part of this crew, when he got the paper on it, it already had like a line across the bottom, and then he drew the sun up in the corner.
That was awesome.
And so the abstract image that they drew, which got switched in for the sailboat image later, right, already had two elements that the sailboat picture had in it. And so these guys, when they're watching at first, they think, oh, well, there's some kind of switch or something like that. But then no, because I, Dal Sanders, in the audience, them a sun to begin with.
So
It was
he was
cool.
fooled.
Fooled
He
the
was fooled.
pants off them. In that particular instance, that was about as good as that routine can possibly go.
Yes.
My name's Dal Sanders. I'm a magician, former president of the Society of American Magicians.
And you're a magician more than a mentalist.
I'm much more a magician than mentalist. In fact, I really don't even do any mentalism. But I will say this, that even though I am a magician primarily, I'm considering doing some mentalism now after seeing this lecture. I saw Kent in Las Vegas at Wonderground a couple of weeks ago, and I knew he was coming to town, so I decided to come out and see the lecture. I really like the abstract drawing thing and the way that went. That was totally amazing to me. And I also like to see the actual working with a centertear.
Would you suggest that people come out and listen to what they have to say?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even if you don't do any mentalism, it's always good to be aware of the other parts of our art that people are doing. And the more things you have in your bag of tricks, the more you're going to be a better entertainer yourself, the better entertainer you will be.
Watkins.
Recording now. Kent. All right. My clap is better. No big deal. Okay.
Much more of a manly clap.
It's true.
Well, guess what? I got girl hands, and I've been told my hands are beautiful by so many women.
My hands are very ugly.
So,
I
yeah.
have very ugly hands.
Well,
So he wins that.
Yep. I'll take the beauty over the, good clapping skills.
Sure. I get it.
We both got what we want.
We both got, or we both got what we have, and we retroactively
And we rationalize.
rationalize.